Rebuilding a team with a salary cap is tough. So I'm going to turn the salary cap off and try to turn the Dallas Stars into Stanley Cup champions. So I'm going to randomize the draft order for a fantasy draft. I'm going to draft my team and we're going to see if I can win a championship. In the first round, I'm going to draft John Gibson. We need a superstar goalie and I think he can be our guy. In the second round, I'm going to be drafting Patrice Bergeron. Darnell Nurse is going to get picked in the third round. In the fourth round, I'm going to pick Evgeny Malkin. In the fifth round, I'm going to get another forward in Joe Pavelski. And then in the sixth round, I'm going to be drafting another defenseman to play alongside Nurse and Shea Weber. In the seventh round, I'm going to be drafting my first left winger, which is going to be David Perron. And in the eighth round, I'm going to draft another right winger in Blake Wheeler. So the next 3 picks are going to be all defensemen. Ryan Suter is getting selected in the 9th round, Martinez in the 10th, and Tyler Myers in the 11th. In the 12th round, I'm going to be drafting Jamie Benn, and in the 13th, we're back to defensemen, and I'm going to round out our defensive core with Eric Johnson. It's time to bring back another Dallas Star, so in the 14th round, I'm bringing Alexander Radulov back to the team. With the 15th pick, I'm going to be bringing in Brandon Saad, and with the 16th, I'm bringing in Keith Yandel, and I'm strictly going to use him as a trading asset. Ryan Getzlaf's getting selected in the 17th round, and Cam Talbot's going to back up John Gibson as he's selected in the 18th round. To finish off the draft here, I'm going to select Jeff Skinner in the 19th round and then Joe Thornton in the 20th, and then I'm going to let the AI draft the rest of my team. So looking at our team, we're looking pretty solid. Our forward core is looking great and we got a lot of depth. The defense, we're definitely the best in the league. I have no worries about that, and I have confidence that John Gibson can carry us to a cup. So before the season starts, I want to make 2 trades, which involves Keith Yandel for a 2nd and a 4th, and then Zdeno Chara for a 3rd and a 4th. So now I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the 10 game mark and see how this team does. In the first 10 games, we were terrific with a 7-2-1 record, and over the next 15 games, this team continued to roll, going 10-5. At the 50 game mark, we're looking fantastic. A 33-12-5 record. Not only are we first in the Central Division, but we're first in the entire league. Currently leading the team is Evgeny Malkin with 24 goals and 27 assists for 51 points. Coming in second is Patrice Bergeron with 16 goals and 34 helpers for 50 points, and Joe Pavelski is going to round out the top 3 with 15 goals and 35 helpers for 50 points. Alec Martinez is leading the defense with 6 goals and 17 assists for 23 points, and John Gibson's looking amazing, picking up 28 wins with a .916 save percentage and a .243 goals against. Now I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the trade deadline. I feel like there's a few moves I can definitely make to help this team, and over the next 10 games heading into the trade deadline, things didn't look that great as we went 6-4, so moves definitely need to be made. So I'm going to package up Jamie Benn along with a 2nd and a 3rd to Tampa to get Evander Kane. Then I'm going to package up Ryan Suzuki in a 2nd for Cam Atkinson, and our final trade is going to have us packaging a 1st, 2 4ths, and Eric Johnson for John Klingberg. So after all those moves, our team's definitely looking better. Our forward core is elite, the defense is the best in the league, and I'm not worried about our goaltending. John Gibson's looked elite all season. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the end of the year, and we already know this team's finishing first overall. At the end of the season here, of course, we're finishing first in the Central with a 54-22-6 record, and it should be no surprise we're also finishing first in the entire league. Leading our team in points is Evgeny Malkin with 45 goals and 42 assists for 87 points. Joe Pavelski's coming in second with 24 goals and 62 assists for 86 points, and Blake Wheeler is going to round out the top 3 with 25 goals and 48 helpers for 73 points. John Klingberg is going to be leading the defense with 7 goals and 32 assists for 39 points, and John Gibson was absolutely fantastic, 44 wins with a .915 save percentage and a .241 goals against. Brad Marchand's going to lead the entire league in points with 53 goals and 44 helpers for 97 points. Coming in second but also tied for first is Mark Scheifele with 36 goals and 61 helpers for 97 points as well, and Leon Draisaitl's rounding out the top 3 with 40 goals and 51 assists for 91 points. Adam Fox is going to lead all defensemen in points with a fantastic season where he's putting up 12 goals and 76 assists for 88 points, and John Gibson, of course, he's leading the league in wins. So in the first round, we're going to be taking on the Vancouver Canucks. Game 1 would be no issue for the Stars as they pick up a 3-1 victory. In Game 2, Evgeny Malkin's going to score the only goal, while John Gibson picks up a shutout. In Game 3, Brandon Saad is going to pick up 2 goals, which puts the Canucks on the brink of elimination, and John Gibson's going to pick up his 2nd shutout of the series, sweeping the Dallas Stars. In the second round, we're going to be taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. A 3rd period collapse is going to cost us Game 1, and in Game 2, a similar thing happened, as another 3rd period collapse is going to lead to a 2-0 series lead for Chicago. In Game 3, Patrick Hornquist is going to be the hero as he's going to pot an OT winner while John Gibson picks up a shutout. Game 4 is going to be another amazing game for John Gibson as he's picking up his 2nd shutout and 4th of the playoffs. And John Gibson continues to roll. Yes, he's had 3 straight games with a shutout, and that's his 5th of the playoffs. In Game 6, probably couldn't have predicted this, another 3rd period collapse. Haven't heard that one before. But in Game 7, the Dallas Stars are coming out on top in a 4-2 victory, and they've reached the conference finals. And in the conference finals, they're going to be taking on the San Jose Sharks. Game 1 was close, but Dallas is going to come out on top in a 2-1 victory. A late goal in the third period is going to force overtime, and the Sharks are going to come out on top in Game 2. In Game 3, we're going to fall 3-1, and then another OT winner from the Sharks is going to put Dallas on the brink of elimination. So far in the playoffs, the Dallas Stars have lived by the shutout, but now they're going to die by the shutout, as the Sharks shut us out in Game 5. The fact that John Gibson picked up 5 shutouts and we still couldn't make it to the Stanley Cup Finals is absolutely ridiculous.